Hey, you probably saw the title, Where Will My Past Self Land? That is the question. Now, I guess we should first clarify what units will be used here. So I'll use the SI units, except I won't be using the SI units. Because in place of meters, we will use blocks because the width and length of a block is just 1 meter. And that sounds a bit weird if you put that into perspective, because femtosecond nanometer sounds cool, and then there's just randomly centiblock. Feels weird, but weird is good, right? And instead of radians, I'll use degrees because for whatever reason, I was never taught about radians for whatever reason. I didn't even know radians existed until I imported the math module into Python for the first time. Whatever it is now, we should be defining the data we'll be using here. If you play Minecraft a lot, like if you're obsessed with it for some reason, if you knew this, I already knew this for some reason. I guess I'm really good at Minecraft or something. I'm not. The average sprint speed is 5.612, which would be around 6. And now what angle will my past self will jump off with? I feel like some people would say 180 degrees, and that would be correct if we were deaccelerating, or in other words, moving to the left of our perspective. But we're not. We're moving to the right of our perspective here, so the angle will be 0 degrees. Now you might have heard that velocity or speed is equal to displacement or speed over time. And since the key difference between speed and velocity is that velocity depends on displacement and speed does not depend on displacement, and our displacement and our distance will have the same value, we will just switch out speed for velocity. But you might notice here that there isn't a time given. We aren't given a time, and that doesn't really matter, because we're not going to be using this formula then rearranging it. We'll be using a different formula, completely different formula. I have the access to the full recording and I could measure the time, but to any regular viewer of this question, they wouldn't. So the actual formula we'll be using is horizontal displacement is equal to velocity multiplied by the cosine of theta. Now here's why I said that 180 degrees would be correct if this little character of mine was deaccelerating. It's because the cosine of 180 degrees is -1, and if we multiply anything with -1, it will be the negative of that thing. And the negatives, when you have a distance in negative, it will imply the deacceleration. But we have the cosine of 0 degrees, which would be 1, and anything multiplied by 1 is just that thing. It doesn't have to be that thing, but negative is just that thing. So my guess here is that my little character here, I will land just marginally before 6 blocks away from this ledge. And let's check. And I was right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I landed approximately 5.612 blocks away. And that's it. There we go. Thanks for watching until the end, and stay safe out there by not sprinting off an edge.